Okay, starting right off, guys, I want you to understand the psychology of what it is that we're trying to do here. And if you're going to come into business, you have to begin looking at money in a whole new way than you ever have before. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, an investor, then you have to start thinking like one. And they think incredibly different than the majority. Now, everyone understands cost, which is the price of something, the amount of money that is needed to pay for or buy something. Now, there is a ton of necessary monthly costs that everyone goes through, right? Whether it's paying for gas, you got to pay for that, groceries, you have to pay your rent or mortgage or car payment, you got to pay for your car insurance, your cell phone. These are all things that we can't argue with or can't budge with. They need to be there. These are costs, these are expenses. And these typically require resources in order to pay for them, right? And you have to have resources in order to pay for them, but they don't put money in your pocket like an investment does. Now, when you look at an investment is now an asset. That's a key word, understanding what an asset is. An asset or item that is purchased with the intention that it will generate income or appreciate in value in the future. So in an economic sense, an investment is the purchase of goods, i.e. an IUL, an index annuity, or you coming into business here at Difference, right? It's an investment in the purchase of goods that are not consumed today, but are used in the future to create wealth. So to put that in the terms of our business is on the client side, when people purchase an index universal life policy that is life insurance with a cash value account that is tied to the S&P 500, or they roll over an index into an index annuity. Those are things that they're not going to use today. They're going to build for the future. They're going to be saving money for the future. And at a future date, they're going to be able to build something, some wealth there that they can enjoy at a later date. In the business sense is you come in here and you make an investment into a little background check, get a code number here with us, some licenses, in order to build wealth for your future. Okay, so that's the key thing right there is you're putting money down now, a little bit down now to have more later. And why that's such a big deal in our world, especially in this country, is because we live in the world of instant gratification. Most Americans, we have a drive-through mentality problem in this country, is when we pay for something, I want it right now, which is why we have so many people on credit card debt, because they're going to pay with money they don't have to have something that they really don't need right now. Does that make sense? Now, when you're coming into business and you want to build wealth, you have to understand that there is a buffer of time. Okay, I'm going to make an investment now to have something more later. So let's put that into perspective of what that really means here in regards to getting started in licensing. So here are the breakdown of initial expenses. Right, so first thing is obviously you've done your social membership agreement. That's $129, right? Nobody makes money off that. That's just to get you a code number or filing fee here with our company and get you started so you're affiliated with us. Number two is you got to start licensing, right? So you do if you're in the state of California, you do your 32-hour online course. Right now it's $40 with the Difference discount code. Once you go through your pre-license training, now it's time to go take your state exam. And that's $78 here in California. Once you pass your exam, you got to get fingerprinted, right? That's about $69. And then you have to apply for your state license with the state of California, and that's $154. Once you do steps 1 through 5, now you have to do certain educational requirements that are very simple, and that's about $37. And then last but not least, before you're appointed and ready to go out there and write your first piece of business, you have to obtain errors and omissions insurance, or what we like to call E&O. And at first it's $118 down, but then it's going to be $37 a month. Okay, and this protects you from anybody ever suing you. It protects the company, so everybody is protected. Okay, now what's this total? It's about $625. Now, is this all due at once? No, it's not. But I always recommend people to take care of it as soon as possible, because the sooner you're licensed, the sooner you can start making an income here with us on a part-time. So $625. Now let's put that in perspective. if you can go out there and build a business, right, and tell this to the restaurant owner down the street who had to invest $150 or $200,000 just to get the location, the brick and mortar location, and hire staff and all that stuff for something that may fail. Now, why our business model is so attractive and moving forward, because as the cost of living is getting higher, more people are starting to realize that their income is not really doing it, so they're looking for alternative ways to go out there and increase their income. So entrepreneurship is very attractive because a business model like ours has very low startup cost in comparison to the big picture of what it takes to actually start a business, right? So if you do some franchise research, what it takes to start a McDonald's, you're looking at $500,000, $750,000. Who has that kind of money? Nobody does. So $625 in the grand scheme of things to be able to have a very profitable business that you can build wealth is huge, right? It's nothing. It's very minuscule. Now, once you get licensed and you get all this done, well, let's look at what the return of investment can mean for you. So your first month license, you've been trained, and now, hey, you're ready to go out there and help families. So the average client is saving about $200. So the way it works is that means 2,400 points in target premium, and what that means is basically this is how we get compensated, right, by the company. So 2,400. Most of these will be advanced by 75%, so 1,800 is paid out to the field initially. So 1,800 times a starting contract here at Difference, which is 30% as an associate level, that's $540. With the other 25%, the other 180 paying out in months 10, 11, and 12. Okay, and if you don't understand that, you'll learn that in Fast Start School, or get with your upline or your local leadership there, and they can break this down for you. But think about that. If you go out there, you pay $625 to really start your business here, and on your very first client that saved a couple $100, you already made almost pretty much your investment back. Now let's go out there and say you help out 2 clients, save $200. You made $1,080. So not only did you make your initial investment back, but you're already profiting now. Okay, and how many times can you go and do this now? Indefinitely. Now the sky's the limit. How bad do you want it? How many more people do you want to go out there and help? And now the upside potential is absolutely huge. Now this is not even including rollover business. Now I didn't even want to add rollovers because I think it would be dramatic. I mean, if someone comes out and rolls over $100,000 or a couple $100,000 in the first month, I mean, they're going to be winning big time. So that's what I love about our business. It's just awesome, and we're not even talking about overrides and building your own agency and your renewals. I mean, it's you have to think like an investor and start thinking long term. Now, is that worth sacrificing 2 months, 3 months, even 6 months to get the ball rolling in business? And I would argue absolutely yes, it is. Yes, it is. So this is a good investment, right? And so this is something that I want you to put into perspective here is, what am I really getting? Now, let's talk about the intangibles. I always love the intangibles because so many people, since they've never been in business, they don't understand what else am I really getting here. Right? No, and what's it worth? What's it worth to you to learn how money works? Okay, you're going to learn how the markets work, how the stock market works, the New York Stock Exchange. You're going to learn how taxes work. You're going to learn different types of investments, right? That's powerful knowledge that you can carry with you for the rest of your life. You're going to learn how to make money work for you. That's passive income. Ask the average person, hey, do you know how passive income works? And they're going to give you this blank stare like, huh? Every entrepreneur, every businessman understands how passive income works, okay? And that's what you get to learn here, because that's why you're here, to make money work for you instead of you always working for it, right? You're going to learn how to build your very own business. How awesome is that? That you have something that's yours. It's your legacy. You can never be fired here unless you do something unethical. And you'll never be terminated. So this is your very own business. It's something that you can build, and it builds equity, like owning a house. You buy a home, and over years it appreciates in value. Guess what? So will your business. When you start in business, it was just you by yourself. Fast forward 5 years, maybe you have a couple thousand licensed agents in your entire hierarchy. What's that worth? That might be worth millions upon millions of dollars. Is that worth working for every day to build a legacy for? What's it worth to be in an environment that encourages positive change and challenges you, not just accepts you? And that's a big part of growth here, is that we're going to challenge you, not just accept you. We want you to tap into that potential. We want you to be in an environment that is positive and that wants to pull the very best out of you so that you can become what it is that you're meant to become in this life. And environment, folks, is more important than heredity. The environment that we create for you to win here is by far one of the most valuable things that you can have, not only in business but in life. You're going to learn more about you. How does your mind work? Who are you? What are your capabilities? What do you want to create with your life? Who do you want to become in life? And so we are very big into personal and professional development, because your mindset is everything. The way you think dictates the outcomes that you experience in your life. And so we're going to give you that in here. That's a huge intangible. Learn the art of leadership and positive influence. We want you to know how to pull the best out of other people. The best gift that you can give your fellow man or woman is positive leadership and be a positive influence. There is a huge lack of leadership in America today. And if you can be that shining light to somebody, that someone can look at you and say, you know what, I am so grateful that I got to have this person, you, in their life to help them reach their goals, to be that example, to be someone that encourages them and pushes them and challenges them. You know, what's that worth to be that kind of positive role model in somebody's life? You're going to learn how to be a leader here. And that's something that's not taken lightly, guys. We take that extremely seriously, to be that kind of role model in people's lives in such a positive way. Learning how to become financially independent. Isn't that what this is all about, right? If you look at it, is that worth working hard for? Is that worth sacrificing, a good 3 to 5 years to grind it for, so that you can win the money game? And we all want time freedom, right? And that's what this business offers you. Not only do you get time freedom to be able to go and travel and spend time with whoever you want to spend time with, right? Take the time that you need to do the things that you want to do when you want to do them. That's time freedom. But coupled with financial freedom, I mean, that is living an amazing quality of life. And that's worth fighting for. That's worth working hard for. And then, of course, learning to be your own boss, learning to be the CEO of your own life, where you live life on your terms. You don't have to answer to anybody. Someone telling you, hey, you need to be here at this time. Hey, you need to, I'm going to tell you when you can leave from work. I mean, you only get 20 minutes on a lunch break. I mean, who wants to live by those terms? And now you're in an environment where you learn to become self-reliant, where the only person you got to answer to is you. And that in itself lies a challenge. But it's a great challenge, right? To learn to be your own boss and dictate the outcomes of your life, because it's all on you. And it's an amazing, amazing gift that we offer here in business. So that's it, guys. I hope you got a ton of value from that. This is, share this video with your teammates so they understand, hey, this is the bigger picture. This is what you have to look forward to. Understand that you're making an investment in yourself, in your family's future, in your legacy. I'm excited to be in business with each and every one of you. Let's go out there and make the difference. Have a good one.